My fellow Americans, as I stand here before you today, preparing to step away from the office you've so kindly entrusted to me, I feel a mix of gratitude, humility, and perhaps more than anything, a solemn duty to share my thoughts and concerns for the future of this young nation. I have been privileged to serve as your first president, and I am deeply honored by the confidence you have placed in me. But as the years draw on, it becomes clear to me that the time has come to pass the torch and to entrust the destiny of our republic to the hands of the next generation. In bidding you farewell, I feel compelled to offer some parting thoughts, born from experience and, if you'll forgive the liberty, from a love of this country that has guided every decision I've made. These are not warnings born of pessimism, but rather of a deep desire to see our liberty endure. First and foremost, I must caution you about the dangers of factionalism. Political parties, while they may seem harmless or even helpful at first, carry the seeds of division. They may foster intense loyalty and passion, but this loyalty must never outweigh our loyalty to the nation itself. It pains me to think that we might one day become more attached to party than to principle, or more aligned to faction than to the fabric of our united nation. Remember, we are first and foremost Americans, bound by a common cause and a shared vision of liberty. And this, my friends, leads me to the matter of unity. In a republic as diverse and expansive as ours, our strength lies in our unity. Our shared values, our collective will, and our commitment to justice and freedom. These are the ties that bind us. If we allow ourselves to be divided, whether by geography, religion, or ideology, we risk unraveling all that we have built. Hold fast to the Union, for it is the pillar of your peace and your prosperity. Without it, the liberty we cherish may be lost. Furthermore, let me speak on the importance of checks and balances. No single branch of government should ever gain dominance over the others. I say this from personal experience as a man who has held power and seen its burdens. Power, unchecked, is a danger to liberty. Preserve our Constitution, safeguard its limits, and remember that each branch exists to counterbalance the other. In this lies the strength and resilience of our government, a government designed not to serve a ruler, but to serve the people. I must also raise a concern about foreign influence and entangling alliances. We live in a world of competing interests, and while friendship with other nations is desirable, we must always keep our independence sacred. We must never let foreign alliances dictate our policies or drag us into conflicts that serve interests beyond our own. Let us engage in commerce and peaceful relations, but with caution, for a foreign influence, however subtle, can distort our values and jeopardize our sovereignty. This republic should stand or fall on its own merit. And lastly, I implore you to cultivate a spirit of virtue and vigilance. It is not merely the structure of our government that will sustain us, but the spirit with which we engage in it. Our Constitution and laws are only as strong as the character of the people who uphold them. Remain engaged, informed, and willing to hold those in power to account. Cherish your liberties, defend them, and pass them down undiminished to those who come after you. In closing, my fellow citizens, I offer my deepest thanks. I am but a servant of the people, and I have tried to fulfill my duty with integrity and a steady heart. Whatever small contribution I have made, it is because you believed in this great experiment, and you supported me through trials and challenges. May you continue to walk in the path of virtue, may you always seek peace, and may this young nation grow ever stronger in its ideals. As I take my leave, I do so with faith in you, the American people, and in the enduring promise of liberty. Farewell, my friends. May Providence guide and protect this union, now and forever. President George Washington. These reflections were not merely a summary of my presidency. They were intended as a lasting guide to preserve the strength of our union, principles to help navigate the challenges of the past, the present, and the future. Let me begin by revisiting these words. The unity of government which constitutes you, one people, is also now dear to you. It is justly so, for it is a main pillar in the edifice of your real independence, the support of your tranquility at home, your peace abroad, of your safety, of your prosperity, of that very liberty which you so highly prize. I spoke of unity because, in my time, our young republic was fragile. Emerging from revolution and finding its footing, America faced internal divisions and external pressures. The foundation of this unity was, and remains, our shared commitment to liberty, justice, and the public good. Without unity, discord would erode the freedoms we had fought so hard to achieve. Equally, I cautioned against the rise of political factions. While I understood differing viewpoints were natural, I feared they would devolve into divisive partisanship. Loyalty to faction over country would jeopardize our democracy, eroding our shared purpose and enabling discord to prevail. On foreign relations, I emphasized independence. I warned against entangling alliances that could undermine our sovereignty. My hope was for America to engage with the world with caution and strength, prioritizing its own principles over the demands of foreign powers. And finally, I urged vigilance in governance. The Constitution and its checks and balances were designed to prevent the concentration of power. I implored citizens to preserve the moral and educational foundations of our nation, for a democracy is only as strong as the people's dedication to it. Now, let us reflect on how these principles resonate in today's context. In our era, the unity I championed is under threat. Political partisanship has hardened into divisions that sometimes feel insurmountable. We see Americans more aligned with party loyalty than with shared national ideals. This weakens our democracy, erodes trust in institutions, and leaves us vulnerable to both internal discord and external manipulation. My warnings against foreign entanglements also echo in today's globalized world. While alliances are necessary, our independence and principles must not be compromised. Cyber threats, disinformation, and geopolitical rivalries remind us of the importance of maintaining a strong and sovereign foundation. Lastly, my emphasis on morality and education is even more critical in this digital age. The spread of misinformation, polarization, and apathy threatens the character of our republic. An informed and virtuous citizenry is essential to protect and uphold the freedoms we cherish. My friends, these principles, unity, vigilance, independence, and morality, were the foundation of my farewell message. They guided America through its infancy, and they remain the pillars of its resilience today. Let us not forget the lessons of the past, for history warns us that the price of neglect is too great to bear. For more on how these timeless lessons apply to the challenges we face today, visit information-warfare.com. Let us safeguard the principles of democracy and ensure that our republic endures for generations to come. Thank you.